Okay, this is a Highlands copperhead, guys. Oh, he's got the copperhead with me. So this is one of the snakes we've been looking for today. We spent about an hour or two looking. We finally come across one. Big. They get about 4 feet in length. Scientific name is Australaps ramsey. There are 3 copperheads: the pygmy, the lowland, and this guy, the highland. Up here today in Western New South Wales, just past the Blue Mountains. We've been looking for these snakes and tiger snakes as well. This is a fairly small copperhead. It's about 2 foot long. Yeah, he's just spotted cruising along near this river. And he's the first snake we've managed to find today. Hopefully we can find some more. So they're a highly venomous elapid, so they're a front-fanged venomous snake. And they're highly venomous. They love to feed on frogs. As you can see, he's down here by this river, obviously. Quite a defensive little snake. The little ones can be quite defensive, and he's been rearing up quite a lot, as he's trying to do now. But generally they're a pretty quiet snake as far as highly venomous elapids go. They're not likely to bite you. Bites to humans are actually incredibly rare. They're quite a cold tolerant snake too. That's why they can tolerate quite cool temperatures up here in the mountains and in alpine regions. Yeah, good. So we're just going to release the little Highlands copperhead, taking some photos of him, and some videos. Just dressed him up enough, so it's time to let go. So we've been just driving back to our where we're staying, back from the river spot, and we just found this eastern bearded dragon chilling on the road. We just saved him from a big truck. Big truck was coming past. It would have squashed him for sure. Yeah, so he was just chilling out here on the road, getting some afternoon warmth, afternoon sun. Obviously the road's a very dangerous place to be chilling and basking. He would have got absolutely smashed by the big truck that just came past. But yeah, he was just chilling there nicely. I just went up, just picked him up, saved him off the road, get a couple photos of him, and then we'll just let him go off the road. We'll just Alright, so we've just travelled a bit further today, out west, and we've been walking through this like dry, bush, arid area, and I've been flipping a few of the rocks, and I've just found this black rock scorpion under one of the rocks. You can see it's getting quite defensive, like that. Now they're a mildly venomous scorpion, like all scorpions here in Australia. They're not harmful to people unless you have an allergic reaction. Quite a lot bigger than the scorpions I'm used to seeing back home. Used to seeing the small little marbled scorpions. This is quite a lot bigger. yeah, just a cool little find. So I'm just gonna put it back now. So it was just under this rock. Alright, so what you see me with here is a spotted blacksnake, or Pseudonymous guttatus, which is the Latin name. Obviously these are a member of the blacksnake family, so they're related to the red-bellied blacksnake, the mulga snakes, and the Collette's blacksnake. Obviously, being a member of the Pseudonymous genus, they're a highly venomous elapid, so they're a front-fanged venomous snake, and they're highly venomous. I'm pretty sure there's been no deaths from bites from these guys. They get quite large, so about 6 feet in length. As you can see, they look very similar to the red-bellied black snake, but they have more of a greyish tinged belly. These guys can also come in like a brown form with spots all over them, which is where they get their name, the spotted black snake. They're also known as the blue-bellied black snake due to the bluish grey tinged belly. As you can see here, he's flattening out his neck, and that's what they'll do when they feel threatened. They'll flatten out their neck and lunge forward at predators just to scare them off. And when they don't feel threatened again, the neck will go back to normal and they'll just take off. As you can see here, he's arching up again, and I believe he will lunge in a second. Yeah, there you go, there's the lunge. That's very similar to the mulga snake's defensive behaviour. So this guy had a bit of a different defensive behaviour that I'm used to seeing in red bellies, which red bellies just normally flatten out their neck. Yeah, they're a really cool snake. This is the first one I've ever seen, so stoked to see this one. The defensive behaviour of them is a lot different. We've been seeing these guys out here everywhere, crossing the road all the time. Not exactly sure on the species, I'll put it in later, just because I need to brush up on my gecko identification. We're out here in western New South Wales, cruising the roads looking for snakes at night, and we've seen a bunch of these geckos, about 10 of them already. Anyways, I just let him go off the road. Oh, he's biting me there. Now he's a lot bigger than the eastern we found the other day. And if you notice, the head shape on the centrals is a lot different. They have a more triangular shaped head, whereas the easterns have like a more sort of like roundish head. And they're a lot different in colour too. Out here, you can see he's like this greyish sort of yellow colour to blend in. Sort of puts it pretty well out on that landscape. Some sun this morning, so we'll just get some pictures of him and then we'll go. Alright, so we've just found another central bearded dragon out here on the road this morning. They're quite common out here. He's coming out to bask on the road early morning. As you can see, we've gone into a much more red environment. This is really the outback now, and this one's a lot more yellowish in coloration, just to help blend in with this like reddy dirt. A lot smaller too, a bit of a kink in its tail there. So we'll just get a couple of photos and then let it go. There it goes. A couple bearded dragons out here this morning, and we've managed to find our first shingleback now. Beautiful little lizard. It's only a small little one. I think it might be a male due to the tail shape there. It's kind of hard to tell at the moment. He's a nice like brownish reddy color to blend in with this red dirt out here. So I just saw him like in front of the car, just crossing the road. He was just going off the edge. They're also known as the bob-tailed lizard because of the bobtail, obviously, and pinecone lizard as well. Their scales are look a lot like pine cones. They have a few different names, but I call them the shingleback. They're quite a common species out here in the outback. They're part of the Taliqua family, like part of the blue tongue family. You can see they look quite similar. So they're a skink, obviously. Beautiful little lizard. Hopefully we see a few more of these today. Now their tail looks a lot like their head, so when this is used to escape predators, so a predator will come down, grab the tail pops off, and the lizard's able to escape. See, look how similar his tail looks to his head. This guy's tail's a bit small. That could be due to the drought. He's not getting much food and water. Well, that was a sand monitor. Tried to sneak up and catch him, but missed him. Let's try and find some more. Got another central bearded dragon here. Quite a nice big one. Very active one out here in the middle of the day. I'm surprised to see him out. It's so hot. This is the fourth one we've seen. A very active one because it's very, very warm out here tonight, right now. You can see when I first grabbed him, he was all puffing up and getting aggressive. As a defense, they'll puff up to make themselves look bigger, scare away any predators, potential predators. And I'll show you that yellow mouth in there. Look at that. They puff their beard out. Obviously that's how they get their name, the bearded dragon. Look at that nice big triangular shaped head. Beautiful lizard. Yeah, so no, there he goes.
I want to catch it. I want to hold it.
Alright, so we're out here in country New South Wales, cruising the roads looking for some wildlife at night. And we've actually come across this eastern long-necked turtle just crossing the road, heading up that way to a pond. He's just come out of the water because he's quite wet too. I think, it looks like it's a male. It's musking all over me too. As a defense, they excrete a really bad odor to deter predators. So it was just crossing the road, heading up to that pond up there to go into the water. That's what they'll do. They'll go across land from one water area to another water area. The scientific name is Shelodina longicollis, so they're in the side neck turtle family. They're obviously, so as I was saying, they're part of the side neck turtle family. So that what that means obviously is they're being a side neck turtle, they can't retract their head fully in back into the shell like other turtles can. Instead, they have to tuck it in through the side, giving them the name the side neck turtle. I know a lot of turtles here in Australia do this. There's not many in Australia that actually can retract their head right back in straight. So a lot have to tuck it in this way. And then I got this hard shell to protect them from predators as well as their musking, which helps deter predators. So if a predator grabs that in their mouth, they excrete that odor, the predator drops them, say like a dog or a dingo or something like that. Anyways, we'll just let him go as far as off the road in the direction he was heading as we possibly can, just to make sure he doesn't get hit. Alright, let's go do that now. Alright, so we're just going to let it go now, just right here. And hopefully it'll head on its way up to that pond. It's not going to move while we're here. Alright, so we've just been driving along the road and I just spotted this eastern bearded dragon on the road out here getting some warm sun. The first sort of sun we've seen this morning. Been all cloudy. This nice little eastern was out on the road just trying to warm up. Obviously a couple of days ago we were seeing the centrals because we're out in the outback, but now that we're back in the country, yeah, we're seeing the easterns. There's no centrals here. The easterns are a bit smaller than the centrals and darker in colour as well. This one was a nice bright yellow colour when I first grabbed it, but it's darkening up now just as it's unhappy. You can see it's puffing its body out, trying to make itself look bigger, more threatening towards me. Trying to deter predators. You can see that yellow colour's coming back out now. Nice little eastern bearded dragon. So we'll just let him go in a minute. Alright, so I've just been taking some photos of it on this branch here, and it just jumped off the branch and ran and tried to climb up a tree. You can see it's not too happy at the moment. It's puffing out, it's puffing its beard out again and trying to intimidate me. That's how they deter predators and scare them off. And with the centrals we were finding the other day, I said they had a more triangular shaped head, whereas these easterns have more of a smaller, like roundish head compared to the centrals. It's still quite similar, but okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, they have more of a roundish head compared to the centrals. So these guys have like a small, narrow, roundish head, whereas the centrals have a much bigger triangular shaped head. And the easterns are a lot smaller here on the coast. The centrals get quite big out there in the outback. So we'll just let it go now. Alright, so we're just going to let the little eastern bearded dragon go now. Up it goes.